fight fans around the world. I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open. Ready to go. It's called.
I ain't gonna lie. This is probably as petty gets. When Roy started talking over, I don't know where it was, but when Roy was talking about how Floyd dissed Ali and all that type of stuff, and how Floyd ain't this and Floyd ain't that, and then he came back and watched his highlight video. This is kind of hilarious, bro. Like, yo. So this is absolutely crazy. I feel like, as a person who really found boxing in the 90s, this right here is like if you could ever match up two fighters, right? Two fighters at the same weight. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking pound for pound, really, where pound for pound is where like it really became a thing with Roy. And then you talk about Floyd, who's been pound for pound for forever. Like, if you can match the two best pound for pound fighters ever, man, that would be crazy.
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best.
So, what's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy DMV back with another one. And I know that my Cowboy fans are like, all right, bro, why you ain't talking Cowboys football right now? Like, that's something you could be talking about. You could be talking about Turpin's arrest and all that. But you guys know that I ultimately love boxing. And, every once in a while I dib and dab into the boxing world, because I feel like there's no better sport than mano y mano, man to man, in the ring, in the squared circle, to where you can prove who's better than who, especially at that time. You know what I'm saying? At that night, who's better that night? There's no other sport, I think, that you can prove that, unless it's maybe like UFC or MMA or something like that. But boxing, 90s, we talk about nostalgia. We talk about Roy Jones and you know what I'm saying? We talk about Roy and those reflexes. We talk about Floyd when he was young, pretty boy Floyd. Like, I mean, just the combinations and just how sharp he was based off of some of his dad's style, some of his Uncle Roger style. It gets no better than that. So when I watch these two squabble, like, I think that that's one of those things where you just kind of get out the way and you let two greats do what they gonna do. Everybody gonna have their opinions and all of that type of stuff, right? Including myself. But at the end of the day, you know, it's really hard at this point to prove who's better just by them getting in the ring. And I know that Roy called Floyd out. You know, I was able to provide the fight hype video. Shout out to Fight Hype for that and talking about that. But ultimately, like, when I look at it, right, in my opinion of it, I think Floyd had the better career, right? You talk about all of the champions. You talk about not taking so much damage. You talk about having a really good resume. Yes. Now you look at Roy. Roy probably, when you look at it, maybe has the better fighters on his resume. I just don't think he had the longevity of success that Floyd had. I mean, Floyd, I believe, won titles at 6 different weight classes. Don't kill me if I'm wrong about that. Um, and I know that I know Roy went from 160 all the way up to heavyweight, so that's no feat either. So, like I said, when you talk about both of these guys, pound for pound and moving up because you were dominating weight classes, both of them have done that. It's just that, like, what I can't forget about with Roy is the times he got knocked the F out. You know what I'm saying? He got flatlined out here. And, Floyd kept fighting younger fighters and he kept fighting champions. And as it went on, like the fighters the guys that he was fighting against, damn near everybody could punch. Everybody could punch. You know what I'm saying? And I never saw Floyd get flatlined. Never saw him get put out like I seen Roy. And I understand that there's an age thing, right? You understand that there's an age thing and people, fight past their primes. But I'm thinking Floyd was past his prime when he fought Canelo. He was past his prime when he fought Pacquiao. When they finally, both of them were past their prime, just a smidge. I think Floyd's last prime fight was probably Shane Mosley. And if I even look at the Shane Mosley fight, right, and how he took that punch, if when I looked at Roy in that same circumstance when he was fighting Tarver, because both of them were fighting each other a little bit later on and stuff like that, he wasn't able to take the punch from Tarver and get up or eat it and then come back and win that fight. If I had to compare something that's apples to apples, I look at great champion versus great champion. And that night, Tarver put Roy down. And I watched Floyd get hit flush by Sugar Shane Mosley twice. I watched him get hit twice. And I remember that night because his knees buckled. And I'm sitting there arguing with my partner. Nah, he just kind of got down. Nah, my boy got hit flush 2 times. And what he told Shane Mosley at that moment was, you gonna have to kill me. Told bro, you gonna have to kill me. And he proceeded to whoop Shane's ass for 10 rounds. And we're talking about a Shane Mosley that was coming off of probably one of the biggest wins in his career against Margarito, who they said Floyd was ducking. And I remember Sugar Shane Mosley coming in the ring after Floyd whooped up on Marquez and wanting that smoke. And then a fight fell through for Shane, and Floyd said, all right, we can get that smoke going. And there were a lot of people who thought Floyd was going to lose that fight because it's the first time he's in there with somebody that, is just as great as him, that's faster and bigger and all that type of stuff. And Floyd proceeded to whoop his ass. So I look at certain situations, and when I look at Roy's career, he fought Bernard, and it was early on. And when he fought James Toney, I think that's the win right there where I think that win trumps probably everything that Floyd has done on his resume. So it's like, it's weird. It's like the things that Roy did early on, it's like some of that stuff that Floyd can't touch. But it's like you look over the longevity of things, and it's just like, I think Floyd kept his body fresher. Uh, I think Floyd was sharper at the craft. I think he was better at the craft. He was in better shape. He was always sharp. I, I think you have to give the nod to Floyd there, but when it comes to Roy Jones, I don't think that there's ever a fighter at their peak that was better. You could argue Muhammad Ali. Yes, you could argue Muhammad Ali. But as far as at their peak, I in boxing fans, we talk about this all the time. I don't think that you see anybody better than what Roy was able to provide you. I just don't see it. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments section, man. And oh wait. We didn't even talk about if they do lace it up. If they lace it up today, I would have to go Floyd. Simply because I just don't think Roy's reflexes are there. And I also don't know that he could really hit Floyd at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be an ugly fight. I think Floyd would go in there not trying to get hit, and I don't think Roy would be able to hit him. And it would be a jab fest and stuff like that. Nobody really wants to see it, but the spectacle would be great. And the trash talk would be great, but the fight probably wouldn't live up to the hype. I think it would just be funny to see two old guys get in there who has-beens and stuff like that. And maybe they are drawing up something for down the line for both of them to get a payday. Who knows? But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I had fun talking about this. And let me know who you guys think had the better career, right? And also, secondly, who do you guys feel like would win an exhibition match today? All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. You know I'm the best.